Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I want to talk about the death of rapper Sean Price, August 8th, 2015. This was the date of the 27-year anniversary of the album Straight Outta Compton, which now a movie has released August 14th, just 6 days later, about this same rap group, NWA. There's a lot of things curious about this death of Sean Price. If he really died, I suspect that he was another Masonic Zionist sacrifice. With regards to the rap group NWA, one of the original members, Ice Cube, came out with a song called No Vaseline about how NWA was a bunch of phonies that were ran by Jews, pretending to be something they weren't. And I'm grateful for this song because it's so true. That's what all these hip hop artists are for the most part: phonies, pretenders, waging the agenda of the synagogue of Satan, which are the false Jews, the Zionist Jews who own the recording industry, hip hop music included. We'll talk about all these things. But even with regards to Sean Price, also known as Ruckus, performed in a lot of different rap groups. If you listen to his lyrical content, it's pretty, you know, it's pretty par for the course for hip hop. He raps a lot about how awesome he is, about how he has girls all over, what a legit killer he is. It's just the same thing over and over and over. And people make the arguments that the music's just entertainment and it's no different than the movies. And I accept that argument, but at the same time, I always ask people, well, why do you just want to go out and watch movies about violence and seeing other people have sex? Hip hop music, rated R movies, it's pretty much one and the same. And don't forget, the synagogue of Satan controls Hollywood, controls the movies, also controls the record companies. So Sean Price either faked his death or a likely sacrifice. I'll show you why he might have been chosen to be for this special day of August 8th. The name Sean Price has Pythagorean gematria of 45 and 54. 54 is the number of love, and which is connected to Thelema, this occult religion. So often these celebrity deaths are connected to Thelema. And the number of Thelema is 93, which is what the gematria of Ruckus was, which is Sean Price's stage name. Ruckus. Name gematria of 93. 54 and 93, important numbers in Thelema, often connected to occult sacrifice. The name Sean Price in simple English gematria is 39, 51 for a total of 90. Only the numbers 16 and 90 have gematria of 33. But notice that Price in Pythagorean gematria is 33 and Sean in simple English gematria is 39. These numbers are very important to hip hop, which has gematria of 33 and 39. And hip hop in Pythagorean gematria sums to 45, like the name Sean Price in Pythagorean gematria. Also, hip hop music originates out of New York City, the 11th state, the state with many Revelation connections. Of course, Revelation is which identifies the synagogue of Satan, the false Jews who will rule in the end times. Sean Price's birthday, March 17th, 1972, nets life numbers of 111 and 39. And these numbers are the gematria of New York. So Sean Price has connections to hip hop. He has connections to New York. New York is the birthplace of hip hop. He died August 8th, again, the 27-year anniversary of the release of Straight Outta Compton, the NWA album. He died on a date with 24 numerology, the reflection of 42, number often coded on black people. The date also has 51 numerology, number of conspiracy, conspiracy equals 51. And he died on a date with a 31 numerology connection. 31 is the 11th prime number. Again, New York is the 11th state, With regards to 31, we recently saw the death of Chinx Drugz, another hip hop artist at the age of 31, and Chinx and Drugz and Pythagorean Gematria both sum to 31. Again, the gematria of hip hop, very much connected to Sean Price. The date of 8 is a lot like HH. H8 is the H is the eighth letter. 88 like HH, the abbreviation for hip hop. Sean Price was in hip hop music since 93, according to his biography. Active from 93 to 2015 for a span of 22 years. One of the master numbers. So he had some serious numbers on him. You know, there's a lot of hip hop artists out there. There's a lot of people that could have been sacrificed on this special date. But possibly above all, he had more connections than anybody else out there. And again, he's been in hip hop music for a long time, 22 years. That's a substantial career. They say that he died in his sleep. He died in his sleep. So often, the details in these reported deaths, still to date, they don't know the cause of death. No cause of death determined. This is just a perfect picture, though. I mean, what I've thought for most of my adult years about hip hop music is that it's really just a big commercial for the powers that be. These guys are rapping about spending all your money on expensive jewelry, cars, consumerism, materialism. What I've always noticed is that throughout all these years, well, some people will disagree with me because they'll point to things like P. Diddy and Echo Ware, but I think these guys are just fronts. I think all their companies are owned by the Zionists too. Sean Puff Daddy Combs, they're all fronts. But anyway, you know, all this stuff that they rap about and tell everybody to go out and get, it supports the powers that be, not the black community. Hip hop artists are shills for Zionists, is how I would put it. This Heavy.com article, I always point out how Heavy.com always gives away the hoaxes because they have these huge articles ready to go within moments of the stories breaking. You know, they'll say that somebody just died, and then Heavy.com will have this huge article already posted with all this stuff about their death. And it just makes you go, well, how the hell can they have all this ready to go? The news just broke, but Heavy.com has all the facts already. So anyway, they're just talking about how he tweeted just hours before he died. Somebody asked him what he thought about the upcoming Straight Outta Compton movie. Again, he died on the 27-year anniversary of the release of this album. And his comment was that he doesn't think much about it. He doesn't think about it. Kind of bringing back that East Coast, West Coast thing. He's from New York, the East Coast. NWA's out of Compton, Los Angeles, West Coast. Lots of tweets here. Some of the tweet times are curious. Super saddened by the loss of Sean Price, circa 2011 portrait. He tweeted at 11:39. It's got 39 favorites, 39 reshares. Again, I was just talking about how 39 is one of these very important numbers, a number very central to New York, very central to hip hop music. Just makes you wonder. P tweets at 11:33. One of the very few friends that would call me just to check up on me. No music talk, just real life. Sean Price. And then look at that, a little ad down here for Christian Taylor. I covered this shooting, also by the numbers. But with regards to Straight Outta Compton, now the movie's out. The headlines are in. The movie made a lot of money this weekend. Tops the charts. Show you something interesting, though, about this. Straight Outta Compton has Pythagorean gematria of 86. The words symbol, triangle, and pyramid all have simple English gematria of 86. It's a number very much connected to death. Caskets are 8 feet long, go 6 feet deep. With the S exception, it sums to 95, the reflection of 59, numbers coded all over black Americans throughout history. Compton itself in simple English gematria sums to 96. Freemasons, Satanism, knowledge. Compton's located directly on the 33rd parallel north. In history, a lot of black entertainers have come out of Compton, sports and musician. I think it's a Freemason breeding ground. With regards to the acronym for NWA, it has gematria of 38. 38 is the number of death, a number often coded into hip-hop death stories. Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. both died on dates with 38 numerology. Big E has gematria of 39. That number we were talking about, he died on March 9th, which can be written as 39 or 93, depending on where you are in the world. But from those two very popular deaths to a lot of reported hip-hop deaths ever since, the number 38 has been very much paramount. And in a way, you can say it's also connected to this death of Sean Price, because he died on the 27-year anniversary of the release of this album. And of course, 27 is another number associated with death. Think about all the dead musicians who died at age 27. If you've seen my work on those musicians, I've shown how almost all of them had life numbers of 27 or 28. All part of the 27 club. The first member of NWA to die was Eric Lynn Wright, better known as Eazy-E. Notice that Eric Lynn Wright has gematria of 86, just like Straight Outta Compton. Eric Lynn Wright supposedly died from AIDS. AIDS has the gematria of 33. Many people in the black community, and I agree with them, suspect that AIDS was created to destroy and kill black lives. I think AIDS and several other things have been made for that exact purpose. Very purposeful genocide against black people. As I said, the number 59 is coded on black Americans throughout history. The word kill equals 59 in Jewish gematria. Eric Wright died on March 26th. This is the 85th day of the year, 86th in leap years. He died in the year 95. Again, straight out of Compton, 86, 95, syncing up perfectly with Eazy-E and his death. Album released August 8th, 1988. 8888, 4 8s. With regards to NWA and what I said in the beginning about Ice Cube and his song No Vaseline, I'll just read these lyrics. So don't believe what Ren say. MC Ren is one of the members of NWA, because he going out like Kunta Kinte. I imagine most of you know who Kunta Kinte is. But I got a whip for you, Toby. Used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. It's a case of divide and conquer because you let a Jew break up my crew. And he's talking about Jerry Heller, which we'll get to. House nigga gotta run and hide, yelling Compton, but you moved to Riverside, the rich suburb. He's talking about the members of his NWA group. Get rid of the devil real simple, put a bullet in his temple. Because you can't be the nigga for life crew with a white Jew telling you what to do. And it's funny to think that Ice Cube wrote this song, because Ice Cube has become one of the biggest sellouts of all time. Just shows you what money will do. But I'm still grateful that he made this song, because it's so true and it just speaks to hip-hop music. It makes me sad, all the people who are deceived by hip-hop music and follow this culture of materialism and nastiness. It's black sellouts who are making this music, promoting this message on behalf of the Zionists who absolutely hate black people. Jerry Heller hates black people. These Zionists hate black people. And just to be clear, they hate everybody who's not Jewish. They refer to non-Jews as goyim. They treat us like shit. They run our media and lie to us on the daily. But for whatever reason, they hate blacks more than anybody else. It's very apparent. And all these hip-hop artists that help fulfill their agenda are the worst sellouts to their people. Pulling wolves with your scams. Now I gotta play the silence of the lambs. With a midget who's a punk too. Trying to fuck with me, but I'd rather fuck you. And there he's talking about Eazy-E. Eric Wright. Eric Wright, punk, always into something. Getting fucked at night by Mr. Shippacker. Bend over for the goddamn cracker. No Vaseline. And this is the other thing that's so true, Truth Seeker. In hip hop, in the last decade, maybe less than that, swag has become this huge word. Swag really does mean secretly we are gay. And more information is coming out about how these hip hop artists have to succumb to being fucked in the ass to be the stars that they are. You know, they go on these records and talk about how awesome they are and the big bad men they are, but really they're bending over for Zionist Jews who own the record industry and are getting fucked in the ass. And Ice Cube was trying to tell us this decades ago with his song No Vaseline. And look at the gematria of No Vaseline. 11 and 33. 44 is the kill number in simple English gematria, and it's a number directly connected to Jerry Heller, which this song is about. Jerry Heller, born in October, the lone 33 month. 33, Heller's a 33 name. This is what's going on, Truth Seeker. Clyde Davis, he's another one of them. But yeah, we got to wake up, you know. We got to wake up. We got to recognize what's really going on. Sean Price, he didn't die in his sleep for no good reason. If he really died, he was murdered. And one of the best ways to kill people in this fashion is to poison them with arsenic, because it takes a period of time for them to die. Arsenic, again, the 33rd element on the periodic table. Arsenic has gematria of 33, atomic weight of 74, numbers of sacrifice. If Sean Price really died, I suspect he was killed with arsenic or a related poison. And notice how they posted this at 3:26, kind of like March 26th, the date Eazy-E died. And again, very much a connection to his death, the release of the NWA album the group Eazy-E was in. All signs of what really happened, Truth Seeker. Alright, until next time.